2, 3, 4. Wine of the week. This is your wine of the week. What's the wine you got this time? It's the wine of the week. Detour. What does it mean? It means to take the road less traveled. Or it means that the road that you usually travel on is no longer working. So you take a detour. We've all done it. And sometimes the detour is horrible. But other times, the detour brings you places that you never would have seen before unless you were forced to take the detour. I love this label. Look at it. It's literally as if you're driving, you get the orange construction sign and you go, why? But then you take this detour, you find something cool that you never would have found, and all of a sudden you like the detour. That's kind of the concept behind this wine, to get people thinking differently. This is two varietals that aren't typically blended together. They're both Burgundian varietals. It's Gamay and Pinot Noir. Now, in Burgundy, France, they don't blend. It's probably illegal. But here in the New World, we're kind of like cowboys and we can do whatever we want. So it's not entirely a huge detour. Both varietals originate from the same part of the world. They're both native to Burgundy, France. They're both found in Burgundy. However, they're never blended together in Burgundy. So we've got them blended together here. And, before even tasting this wine, the odds are in its favor. The winemaker of 13th Street is a Burgundian winemaker. He was born, raised, and made wine in Burgundy. So if anybody is educated and talented with Burgundian varietals, it is definitely the winemaker of 13th Street Winery, Jean-Pierre Collat. And he has been making some outstanding Gamays, more like Cru Beaujolais type Gamays than the light fruity style Gamays. He has recently produced some really, really, really nice Pinot Noirs. So this wine, before tasting it, it has the odds in its favor. Really, I love the label. I know that's cheesy to say, but I really love the label. I like the concept. Take a detour, the road less traveled. Find something that you might not try, and you might like it. A lot of the times, hey, detours are fun, and they might turn out to be good. So these two grapes, like I said, not really a huge detour because they're grapes that have similar qualities, lighter style, they're fruity, cherry, earthy. You always get that with Pinot Noir and Gamays, but they also offer a nice suave mouthfeel, a little bit lighter, like I said. The only thing that, criticism I have is I probably would have put this in, a Pinot Noir or Gamay bottle, a female bottle, that has like the curves, right? Comes down. The shoulders, it's like the manly, masculine bottle. And sometimes when people see that, they think Cabernet, right? Because cabs are always in a bottle like this. So if you just look at the bottle and you have that kind of, mental intuition that there's going to be a full-bodied wine, well, you might be disappointed. So, because Gamay and Pinot Noir are on the lighter style, and of course they could be vinified, and if to be a fuller body wine, especially if it was a hot year and the grapes were really farmed correctly, and the yields were kept low, and the berries struggled. But as a generalization, Pinot Gamays are on the lighter side, right? So that's my only criticism. People might think this is a full body wine when in fact it's probably going to be a really nice Burgundian lighter style wine with good finesse. And I'm really looking forward to trying this. I've already had some really good feedback on it. And there's some people are saying it's very fruit forward, so they really like that fruity cleanness, and it's got a real prettiness to it. Again, feminine characteristics. And other people said, hey, you know what? They liked it because it had a little bit of both, little earthy qualities mixed in with the fruit qualities. So I'm really looking forward to trying this wine. This is a live tasting of the Detour, a brand new label brought out by 13th Street Winery, available at the LCBO. Perfect wine for spring. And as you can all tell, it is springtime outside now. Thankfully. So, hang in there. Be right back with your live tasting. Okay, so I'm going to taste this wine twice. I'm going to taste it first as a pop and pour, and then second, after it's sat out for about an hour in a decanter and has had time to open up with the air. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this twice, I'm going to do a pop and pour first because I know 99% of the people out there, this is how they're drinking wine. They're getting a bottle of wine, they sit down, they can't wait, they pop it, they pour it. And let me tell you, wine needs oxygen. So if you open up and you pop and pour your wine, you're probably going to taste about 20 to 30% of what it actually should taste. Actually, probably only taste 10%. You'll taste some kind of grapey and then some really strong astringent sensation or flavor, which is not the right way to taste wine. So I'm going to taste it like how most people taste it, describe it, and then I'm going to let it sit open, like I said, and then come back and taste it, maybe after I've eaten some cheese, had some chicken or steak or something like that, creating really a symphony of flavors and sensations in my mouth, the way really wine should be experienced. Wine and food, right? Go together like peaches and cream. So here we go. Here is the totally inappropriate and improper way to drink wine. And I'm gonna do it, boom. So right off the bat, like I predicted earlier, it is a very light styled wine. There you are, a little color shot, you can see that. It's pretty light. I mean, you can see right through it, just like Pinot Noir and Gamay. Actually, sometimes Gamays can get actually darker than Pinots. Pinots always have that nice light hue to them. So classic Burgundian look there. Very quaffable. I can already smell it over here, even though the glass is way over here. So, it smells very nice. You get that nice waxy cherry fruit, but again, I get it, but it's minimal. If you let this sit open for an hour, you're really gonna get it. And yeah, see, it's got that astringency, so it's sitting on top. I can't really smell it. I gotta keep swirling it and swirling it and swirling it, or come back after an hour like you're supposed to. But it does have a very nice Burgundian nose to it, and what I mean by that is the Pinot Noirs from Burgundy seem to have this waxy, funky mushroom smell to them. And that's in here, definitely. Sometimes I even think it smells like marshmallow, goes sweet and earthy together, which is, for some reason, it reminds me of a marshmallow. But it's got that funky earthiness, definitely. And Jean-Pierre Collat, all his wines have that. So he really knows how to tie the earth to the wine in the bottle. He does a good job of making a terroir-driven wine, even though that's kind of an overused term now. But I really do think he brings the land into the bottle, and you get that earthiness. It's not just fruit and sugar, which a lot of wines out there are. So this smells like it's got some balance to it, and probably some quality tannins in there. So let's give it a shot on the palate. Yeah, it's definitely got a suave mouthfeel. So that's the Pinot Noir in there. And then it's got this really cool earthiness that I assume comes from the Gamay. If you've had Jean-Pierre Collat's Gamays, it's got that classic that classic earthy, funky note in there, with those really nice cherry beetroot flavors. Yeah, really, really, really nice, super fine tannins in there. I mean, they're so refined, but they're still fresh, and it's got a nice long finish. You know, sometimes wine, if to make it smooth, they just keep refining it, and then all of a sudden it's dead and it's got no finish. This has got a great finish. The acidity is really nice. Lets your mouth hold on to the flavor longer at the end. So really nice wine. Like I said, I'm gonna taste this twice. It's already drinking pretty spectacular now. So for those 99% of you that just pop and pour, yeah, this is definitely a pop and pour wine. But it will get way better after about an hour. So I'm gonna throw this in the decanter, let it open up, and I'll be right back to tell you how amazing this wine is. Even more amazing than it is now. So really good wine here. If you like Pinot Noir and Gamay, and if you're a Burgundy drinker, you're really going to appreciate this. And this is at a really good price point, and it's widely available at the LCBO. So win, 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 win so far. Be right back. Cheers. Okay, so it's exactly an hour later, and I've had some food and some nice cheeses. And I gotta say, you know, this wine was pretty when I first poured it, which is not normal. But after it sat out and after I've had some food, these really, really gorgeous cherry notes come out, which were kind of hidden, you know, in the beginning. And the acidity drops down a little bit. So you can really taste that sweet fruit, you know, that beautiful cherry. And again, that comes from both the Pinot Noir and the Gamay. The Gamay, I think, adds that earthiness to balance it out, to make it this really nice Burgundian balanced wine. But you know, it just turns soft and pretty after it's open, and it's gorgeous. So I got to get out of here because I got a bottle of wine to drink tonight. The Detour. Cheers.